This is bad news for Ja Morant's career. Today, we've got our sights set on none other than the electrifying but controversial basketball star Ja Morant, who has been given a 25-game suspension by the NBA. Strap in, because we're about to spill all the tea on his latest news that might lead to him being suspended for more than 25 games. According to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, the ban was due to the player's conduct, which the governing body deemed detrimental to the league. Now, let's rewind a little. It all started when basketball star Ja Morant got in the center of a social media storm after a video surfaced online. In the clip, Morant was seen in a car, brandishing a firearm and rapping along to a song during an Instagram live session hosted on his friend's account. The shocking thing is that this is not the first time it's happened. Nearly 4 months ago, Ja Morant was caught up in a similar controversy when he appeared topless on Instagram Live, flashing a firearm while inside a strip club. That was his fourth weapon-related incident, and it got him a 2-game suspension as a result. Now, we saw him post a cryptic message recently on his Instagram page, which has everyone concerned. Is Ja Morant's career exploding in front of our faces? Join the Rim Report and let's find out. When the news got out about Ja Morant being in possession of a firearm the second time, the whole internet went berserk. Immediately, the Memphis Grizzlies star was suspended from all activities, while media organizations like Fox's Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless shared their thoughts and opinions on the issue. Even ESPN's Stephen A. Smith discussed the point guard's future following this incident. Smith took a more critical route of Morant, saying that his actions could lead to a more serious suspension from the league. He also pointed out that this was the second time the Memphis Grizzlies were suspending him over this incident of holding a firearm, which clearly was not working out. On the other hand, Sharpe was less concerned about what Ja was doing to his image, but instead wondered how much embarrassment Ja's actions were causing to his team, sponsors like Nike, and the NBA at large. Even basketball legends like Shaquille O'Neal also made comments on the Ja Morant incident. O'Neal said Morant made a bad choice, which is his alone, despite the influence of friends or the environment surrounding him. It's ultimately up to him, O'Neal said. The Hall of Famer implored Morant to consider his parents and legacy. He continued, "We have to stop putting ourselves in positions where they can take away what we've worked so hard to get to." Jalen Rose agreed with Shaq on that note, that Morant had way too much to lose, offering him a powerful message. "He has way too much to lose," Rose said of the Memphis Grizzlies guard. "Trust me, I've been that young player carrying a gun, and Michael Wilbon alluded to this. When you start waving it, that can get you killed. That's an entirely different thing than we're talking about when a superstar athlete should be putting themselves in position." NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who previously spoke with Morant following the incident from earlier this year, told ESPN that he was shocked upon seeing the most recent video. "We're in the process of investigating it and we'll figure out exactly what happened as best we can," Silver had said at the time. "The video's a bit grainy and all that, but I'm assuming the worst. We'll figure out exactly what happened there." The statement from the NBA commissioner further fueled the speculation that Morant could potentially face a greater suspension from the NBA this time. Even Tony Allen, a 2008 NBA champion and former Memphis Grizzlies player, said he does not condone the High Flyers' actions. Tony Allen was really concerned about Morant's future because he advised Ja to keep the right people close. Allen said, "A lot of these immature acts come from being wealthy, being young, and not knowing. I mean, he is the highest paid family member, so it's like he is the boss. A lot of people ain't giving him the right guidance." Hip-hop legend Lil Wayne, a guest on the All the Smoke podcast, also had a few comments on the Morant situation, although offering a different perspective. The hip-hop legend said he had known Morant from jumping and dunking when the Memphis Grizzlies star man was in his last year of college. He also suggested that Ja Morant could have been overwhelmed by the fame and riches basketball has brought him and does not know how to handle it, like most people with his background. "He comes from a town of 3,000 people, and y'all gave him $200 million? I just said a town with 3,000 people, and you expect him to be responsible?" Lil Wayne said. Ja Morant comes from Dalzell, a small town in South Carolina. He attended and played basketball in the small school of Murray State before attending Murray State University, where he became a point guard. However, the basketball star issued a statement about the recent incident. He said via a statement released by ESPN, "I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." However, many weren't convinced by his words. As the statement circulated online, one popular meme noted that the athlete used ChatGPT to craft the apology statement, and Shannon Sharp was one of the unimpressed. He mocked the embattled Grizzlies star in an episode of Undisputed, alleging that Morant's recent comments that addressed a video of him holding a gun were the results of the artificial intelligence program ChatGPT. But one thing we might have to consider is whether Morant is really becoming something else, or has he been this way all along? Let's take a trip down memory lane to revisit Ja Morant's past controversies and find out. From heated altercations at high school volleyball games to altercations with mall security guards, it's no secret that Morant has had his fair share of headline-grabbing incidents. May 14, 2022. After a Twitter user called him names, Morant responded in a now-deleted tweet saying, "It's free to see how hollows feel," allegedly referring to shooting the user with hollow-point bullets. 4 days prior, according to a Memphis area Foot Action Star employee, Morant's mother was displeased with her service, so she called her son. Morant and 8 or 9 friends arrived at the store and threatened the employee while he hid in the back room for nearly an hour. However, Morant was not listed as a suspect, and his mother was listed as unknown on a police report obtained by the Washington Post. The Washington Post also reported the same day that Morant threatened the head of security at a Memphis area mall during an altercation, causing the security guard to file a police report. The head of security alleged a member of Morant's group shoved him in the head, but no arrests were made. 4 days later, on the 26th, Morant punched a 17-year-old boy in the head during a pickup basketball game at Morant's house, leaving a large knot on the boy's head, according to the Washington Post. According to police interviews the Washington Post obtained, the boy told police Morant went inside the house and came back out with a weapon visible in his waistband and his hand on the weapon. On September 22, 2022, Morant, his family, and friends stormed into a high school volleyball game after a verbal altercation between his sister and another teenager. Officers tried blocking the group from entering the students section, but one of Morant's friends pushed past. Some witnesses alleged the friend slapped a phone out of a teenager's hand and threatened to beat them. Morant defended the incident, saying he was checking on his sister's safety. In January of the following year, members of the Indiana Pacers reported that a red laser was pointed at them in their team bus from a car containing Morant and friends after a game between the Grizzlies and the Pacers. Witnesses alleged the laser came from a gun. NBA spokesman Mike Bass told the Washington Post. However, they substantiated that a post-game situation arose that was confrontational. Based on interviews and other evidence gathered, the NBA could not corroborate that any individual threatened others with a weapon. Well, it seems Morant did not listen until he was caught twice and punished for it. However, it appears though Ja Morant is learning his lesson for being a responsible social media user after an incident that resulted in him getting suspended. When asked how he will use social media after the incident, Morant shared a mature response, which could be a good sign for the Memphis Grizzlies. "I won't be doing that at all," Morant said when asked if he'll still be the same person after the social media incident. "Me saying things, actions speak louder than words. That's my main focus now. Obviously, super excited to be back with my teammates. That's the main thing right now. Right now, for me, it's just keeping the main thing, and continuing to go through the process of recovering a better me. I feel like if I do that, not only will it help me, but it'll help everyone around me as well." After the latest gun incident, Ja Morant's basketball career is at risk, and his endorsement deals are as well. Many express that his deals could also take a hit because signs are beginning to show. Nike has removed Ja's signature shoes from the app and website, according to a report from TMZ, but a new colorway is still displayed in the upcoming section of the sneakers app. Ja Morant is currently on a 5-year, $194.3 million contract extension, which could be raised to $231.4 million if Morant is selected for an All-NBA team. He has an average annual salary of $38.8 million. He's also on a $12 million deal with Nike. The massive shoe company issued a statement during Morant's first suspension in March and did not cancel his deal. They are set to release Morant's first signature shoe this year. However, Nike has not issued a statement after the most recent video. We shudder to think what would happen if he loses his career. According to the NBA, Ja Morant's suspension takes effect immediately and will run for the first 25 games of the 2023-2024 NBA regular season kickoff. Morant will be without pay for the course of the suspension and will be ineligible to participate in public league or team activities, and this includes preseason games. What are your thoughts on Ja Morant's 25-game suspension by the NBA? Do you think being banned for 25 games is fair punishment for his actions, especially after his apology? Will this punishment force him to truly learn from his mistakes and change his ways? Or will it cost him his place in the team, or worse, his career? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, then you'll definitely enjoy our latest videos. See you in the next one.